As multimedia entertainment skyrockets in popularity, more film companies than ever are uniting with computer developers to create movies and interactive games together. Celebrating with fanfare worthy of the hit film itself, Disney and Virgin Interactive Entertainment have just released the Lion King video game. It's the first time a movie-based video game has been released while the film is still playing in the theaters.
In the past, it's always been the movie's been released and maybe a year later you start working on interactive games. In this particular case, I think the production paths were almost parallel. So we were trying to create sequences from the film, and they were saying, well, we don't know yet. We're starting right in the middle of it as well.
This game was very challenging because we really wanted to meet the quality standard and the naturalistic standard of the film, the style of the movie, the style of the backgrounds, the story that's in the film. We wanted to try to get in the video game.
The game developers were also inspired by the film, especially the main character, Simba, the lion cub.
One of the first things we realized was that we could use the story of the movie in the video game directly, because this was a hero's journey, and it's all about Simba's trials and tribulations through a variety of environments. We have voices from James Earl Jones, Jeremy Irons, Cheech Marin, and Jonathan Taylor Thomas. So there's a great correlation between seeing the movie and playing the game.
The characters in the game were all drawn by Walt Disney feature animation artists in Orlando, Florida.
We do the animation the same way we would do a feature animated film, which is one drawing at a time for each of the characters. It's all hand-drawn. It's all done by animators and animation teams. Everybody brings a lot of different ideas, and everything is wide open.
Animating a four-legged animal is challenging, especially an interactive character who must respond instantly to a variety of commands.
A cat, if he jumps in midair, wouldn't all of a sudden jump and turn the other way. He'd have some actions where he turns around. Physics would carry him a certain way. So we have to make these things appear to happen instantly and still apply the same sort of naturalistic feel that the film has.
The young Simba has the fluffy paws that they're consistently flopping around. He's happy-go-lucky and playful. So I try to incorporate that attitude into the game. As he ages, he moves slower. You have this 400-pound animal now, so you have to consider the weight. We try to watch animal gestures and try to incorporate that into our drawings, and yet put a little bit of herself into the drawing too.
After Disney perfects each frame of moving animation, the drawings are sent to Westwood Studios, where their artists scan them into computers, then colorize and size them to the game's dimensions.
The environments that you see are actually a very technical and very creative process. A computer background artist uses small squares or blocks of patterns to create the images you see on the video game. The individual squares are put together in hundreds of different combinations to build the natural-looking world you see Simba in.
Of course, what ties all the animation together is Simba's story.
There are 10 unique levels in the game, and they're designed to explore Simba's maturation from cub to adult. You start off with Simba sort of bouncing around as a little cub, but that's just where the fun begins, because then you get to play an adult lion. As an adult lion, he's a very formidable creature.
There are two bonus rounds in this game, one where you play Timon and one where you play Pumbaa. In the film, there's a great sequence where they're eating bugs, and it's sort of gross, but it's sort of funny. So we really try to focus the bonus rounds in the game on Timon and Pumbaa eating bugs.
It's very fast-paced. There's different characters to play, different experiences, new levels, new graphics, and every time you play the game, you'll find something different. In the elephant graveyard level of the game, there's a skull that is right out of the movie. So kids will say, wow, look at that. I'm not just watching a game, I'm playing the movie.
We're excited about the Stampede because it's told from a totally different perspective. Young Simba is running directly at the camera with the wildebeest behind them. Ow! It gives the player a chance to become Simba.
Both feature films and Westwood worked really hard to give each of the enemies a lot of character. The hyenas especially can jump and snarl and snap and do just a million different things, and it's all very, very beautifully articulated through the Disney animation. It ends in this climatic battle at the top of Pride Rock with the Pride Lands burning below, lightning striking from above. All the while there's Scar trying desperately to defeat him and retain control over the Pride Lands.
The process we've gone through the Lion King game is really the same as any production. Because you're trying to do something unique and it's never been done before and you can't draw from anybody's experience. It's creative chaos, but the final result is for every part of that process, there are bits of magic that are dripping down, and it's our jobs to sort of catch all that stuff and collect it to make sure that none of it's lost and it's always there to be built on and preserved. And ultimately, that's what makes a difference on that final project.